Master craftsman Lance McCormack owns one of Britain's best classic car restoration businesses, Romance of Rust. Helping him manage it is his son Merlin, the cutting-edge salesman, who also runs his own classic car dealership. Together, they turn rust to riches. Lance is one of the country's leading metalwork and restoration experts, and today he's working on a classic Porsche that's seen better days.
This is a 61, 62 Porsche 356 Coupe. This one's in for a customer. I'm doing all the hard metalwork for him. He's stripped it. I've got to put a new nose section on. But these are so popular now, and these have good value about them. I mean, this finishes about 80 or 90. If I were buying one of these, I would be inclined to buy a restoration project from California or Texas. That way you haven't got the rust that's got into its very soul. If you get a car from a dry state, the body's then, my California car, we stripped it down and there's very little rust on it at all. You know, there's some damage from racing, but it was a pleasure to work on then. Whereas this one has been through the wars. Now it's stripped to bare metal. It's showing signs of its history, warts and all. We've got traces of race history crashing. This is high here. This was too close, so they've bashed it all back just to get it on the road quickly again, you know.
It's the fitting of a new part that's revealed how far from the original shape the car has become.
This is a replacement second-hand bonnet from California, so it's dry state, got all the correct datums on it, but it shows now quite how bad the front was damaged. The other bonnet actually lined up, so the bonnet was in the wrong shape completely. When I put this on, it will be in accordance with the data that's around here, the levels, the clearances, the fit and finish. These were campaigned. You can see this. It's not just about the rust on it. This has had several bad accidents. I'll take care of all that. Once the front's off and I've made it weak, I'll use a hydraulic device to push this across before I even think about putting a new panel on. I'm certainly not going to put a £2,000 pressing on there in the wrong place. Given the chance with my hand and my eye and my history with these 356s, I know what they should look like, you know? And they certainly shouldn't look like that.
While Lance contemplates his latest restoration challenge, Merlin has been expanding his stock of cars to sell.
A week ago I bought this. It's a 1984 Mercedes 380 SL of the R107 Mercedes chassis. It's a great little car, it runs fantastically.
Although an advocate of using modern technology in his classic car business, Merlin is also aware of the pitfalls of the internet.
I actually found this car on eBay. It had been up there a few times. To anyone who doesn't know any better, it's a presentable car. When I saw the car and pulled it apart, we both knew then why it hadn't sold. The danger of the internet is a lot of cars out there are bought blind. You really can't tell what a car's like without seeing it in the flesh. I have so many people coming to me telling me their car's worth so much and asking me to sell it for even more because they've bought it on the internet and therefore it must be worth more. It's nonsense. People need to get a grip, and the reality of it is, unless you've seen a car in the flesh, you are taking a huge, huge risk.
He was able to call on Lance's expertise and knowledge of these cars to predict exactly what might be wrong with this one.
Dad said to me, he's done plenty of these, he knows where they're going to go. Lo and behold, we've done a bit more further investigation into this car, and all the places he's predicted will have gone. The rear arches are famous for rusting out on these 107s. These have been done to a fairly atrocious standard. I don't know if you can see down here the ripple effect we've got here, and it hasn't helped. Somebody has scraped it as well. They need to be completely stripped back to bare metal and even probably new pattern arches fitted. What we do is we weld them in beneath the surface. They get a skimmer filler and a nice finish which will eradicate this ripple finish you see before you.
So how exactly does Merlin intend to turn a profit from the beleaguered Mercedes?
I picked the car up for what I think is fair. We're looking at spending about £2,500 on the paint. I'm then going to market the car at about £12,000. It's the complete wrong time of year to be selling a convertible as far as the public are concerned. What I tend to do first is offer it out to other people in the trade or my customers who I know might be interested. Beyond that, it goes on to online marketing. There's plenty of classic car websites out there. What's more likely with this car is I'll send it to auction and see what she makes me.